Everything was done manually on a piece of paper. It was handwritten on a grid form, and then the communication even with the drivers and the riders that we had was all done very sort of, manually. They would send an SMS, and there was no confirmation whether they actually got it. The information was like free form. There was no historical capture of the data. So the process itself was very unscalable. If new jobs came in during the day, there was very little latitude to basically change the process, to reorganize the schedules. With the digitalization approach, every single job now goes into the system. We're able to see in real time the status of the system. The drivers all get a hand phone, which is enabled with the app. As soon as they've done the job at the customer's location, we're able to get the proof of delivery, whether it's a signature, the name of the customer, if there's any issues with the delivery. So the data is much more real time, which gives us much more scalability, because one person, when they were doing the manual process, if they were really, really good, maybe they can do 100 a day. A person with a computer can maybe do 300, 400 in a couple of hours. So the technology completely changes the scale of the operation. So it's enabling us to continue our growth plans without having to have an entire army of people basically manually plotting out jobs.
Okay, the benefit that we see from the in-mall distribution is more coordinated at the loading and unloading bay. There's fast turnaround time from an average of 24 minutes to 7 minutes, and retailers get their delivery on time. This in-mall distribution works very well if we have more of our retailers and landlords come on board. And this, as a whole, will improve the entire transportation system in Singapore.
These initiatives are fundamental to transform e-commerce and urban logistics in Singapore. For players like us, it makes it easier to access the lockers infrastructure. It also makes it available to many players who could not afford to build this infrastructure on their own. You could never imagine an SME trying to build their own locker infrastructure, because the amount of capital expenditures required for that. However, making these federated lockers available and accessible using an open platform for anybody to tap into that makes it much more possible for even smaller players who are not having a large parcel volume to use this platform and provide a much more convenient services and convenient delivery experience to consumers across Singapore.